Hi there trader, welcome to AUDUSD Markets. In this video I'm going to review the US dollar and the expected direction of this week on the euro dollar, pound dollar, dollar yen and AUDUSD. First of all though, be aware that this video is intended for a global audience. It may not be suitable for everyone. Take a look at AUDUSDmarketsglobal.com, select your country of residence and contact an appropriate entity to find out more about that and other conditions and details. Also, trading for exchange in global financial markets is considered high risk and may not be suitable for everyone. Please seek the advice of an independent financial advisor for more information on that. This video is for educational and informational purposes only. By continuing watching this video, you agree with this disclaimer and also you're aware of the risk involved when trading. This is the pound dollar 4-hour chart, and I found it an interesting currency pair because of the fact that the pound dollar is making a chart pattern ascending. We have a support line with a upslope and a flat top, flat resistance zone. So from that point of view, it's a bullish pattern like this. All right, but the thing is that the resistance zone is very thick. There are multiple resistance spots that are in that zone. So it's a strong level. So what I'm looking for is on the daily chart. What I'm looking for here is either a break, pullback and continuation above this resistance level, this resistance zone. So what I want to see is a clear daily candle close above it, the close near the high, indicating that the bulls are in control of that trading day. That particular breakout candle must have a close, as I said, above this level and has to have a close near the high. Then I'm looking for a retracement of the daily candle back to that zone and a bounce for upside up to this level and then up to that level. This one is about 158, sorry, and this is about 159. Right? So that's the pattern I'm looking for, and I would be interested in looking for longs here personally. The other point is that if price actually breaks through the ascending wedge and goes back to support, I would not mind looking for potential longs back in here as a hook back for more upside. So those are the trades I see. Obviously, a key level in that analysis is this bottom, because if it breaks that bottom, then it's breaking through the uptrend channel and there could be some downside to come. And there's also the potential if price goes to the next resistance level, which is actually on the weekly chart when fibbing the entire fib like this. The main fib levels to keep an eye on is 61.8 still. If it does move up, right, that could be a big turning spot. But that's still very far from now. So let me head back to the lower time frames here. All right, so basically price is in the uptrend channel. When looking at the daily chart, when looking at this red line and the green line, you can see that price is in that channel right there, and it's bouncing off the bottom. So I'm interested in a hook back again at the bottom, or if it does break through this resistance zone right here where I have the red lines, I would need to see a break, pullback and continuation. That's what I'm looking for on the pound dollar. Next on the list, AUDUSD daily chart. And what I see is a lot of messiness when we look at the sentiment trader that you can find as part of the MT4 Supreme Edition of AUDUSD Markets with 50 plus more special plugins that you can use. That's great. We can see that most people are actually looking for shorts, and there is a lot of resistance here. That is true. But I also see a big bullish daily candle, and that could be a lot of problems or spell a lot of trouble for potential downside. So I myself am not too interested in this AUDUSD. I see a lot of choppiness, I see a lot of mess, so I'm going to sit on the sidelines here and wait for the AUDUSD to show me a bit of direction, either by breaking through this resistance zone or showing me at least some interesting daily candles perhaps on this daily chart. Some bearish candles, I mean, on this daily chart. Before we take a look at the euro dollar and dollar yen, please be aware of the upcoming webinars at AUDUSD Markets. We got Nena talking about the weekly FX recap again on Monday. Wednesday, he's going to take a look at Heikinashi price action. I myself on Tuesday and Wednesday at Camarilla Trading and Strategy on Wednesday. And if you're curious what Camarilla is, join us on Tuesday and you'll find out. Thursday, Nena and I together are going to take a look at correct swings and how to establish those. So hope to see you in all of these webinars, or at least one of them. Now time for the euro dollar daily chart, and you can see that the euro dollar hit a -272 target orange fib, and that's basically because price didn't manage to break the bottom here. It bounced off the 88.6 fib and eventually, slowly but surely, reach the minus 272 target. Now, can price go up to these targets? It certainly can, I think. I mean, overall, obviously, this is a big wedge, and price could stay within that wedge for a while, and we're about halfway that wedge. So from that point of view, there could be a retracement back to perhaps this trend line. If you connect these bottoms, you can see that pretty clearly. Price back, that's something just like the pound dollar I would find interesting to go long, right at support there for a potential up to the minus 618 target or the minus 1000, or I should say minus 100 Fibonacci target right there. Those are very interesting developments potentially. Also, just like the pound dollar, I would be interested in looking for the break of this resistance level that could indicate a breakout up to those targets as well. So it's kind of the same thing, looking for a breakout, pullback continuation, or looking for a deeper pullback back to support and looking for a bounce up to those same targets. And from a weekly chart, you can see right here that all in all, of course, these potential breaks and bounces to the upside are maybe perhaps interesting on an hourly chart, but from a bigger point of view, from a weekly point of view, everything is looking very consolidating, and I would be cautious of this entire zone. The best would be to see a break to the downside. We would need a break below 108 before a continuation of that downtrend is possible. Otherwise, this can continue to correct up to the resistance or even up to this fib. I'm fibbing this leg right here. It could go up to the 38.2 fib, perhaps even this fib, to 38.2, about 117, 118. If it does push above this resistance, then the next resistance should be the 38.2 fib for further downside right there. So all in all, a big correction consolidation zone, and looking for small trades within that zone in this month of August. Next on the list, dollar yen for our chart in this kind of uptrend channel, but there is a lot of bearish momentum to be found in these three candles. So ultimately, that could be a very significant signal that price might be making a bigger correction. And it could be something like this, correction like that. So if we look at the daily chart, we can see a bit more information about the resistance that we see right in here, and the channel like this. Basically, price is unable to push through this top, and if it does push through it, then of course there's a good chance to have an uptrend continuation. The failure so far to push through that resistance level is indicating to me, together with this strong daily candle to the downside, that there might be a potential for price to trace back to this support level and perhaps after a bounce break through it again. All right, we have to see, of course, how far this correction could last. This could be also a very important bouncing spot still. So at this moment, for me, the key levels that I'm looking at are this channel right here. All right, the top obviously, and these support lines. There could be potential for a bearish correction like this. There could be potential for upside above 125.80. I wouldn't take a pending order there, but if it does break above it, I would look at the daily candle and see if there's a strong close above 125.80. Here, ultimately, a bounce potential, but below it again, a breakup potential to the downside. And that's how I look at it. As long as price stays in this level, in this channel, and below the top, then I'm neutral. I'm not trading it. I think it's too close to resistance, and I wouldn't want to trade it in this zone. It doesn't look profitable or probable to me, and it could be quite a choppy, kind of slow type of price action that I would rather avoid. Now, of course, it's always good to keep an eye on a correlation matrix like this to see when looking at multiple pairs, does it make sense to perhaps trade multiple things, multiple pairs. That's something you can look at. Correlation, if there's a high correlation, might not be so good. Of course, always take a look at your risk management in total as well. But this is one of the cool things of looking at the MT4 Supreme Edition of Admiral Markets. A correlation matrix like this, many other things are very useful for trading and for looking at your potential trades. Thanks for taking a look at this video. Make sure to take a look at the great content that Admiral Markets is providing through their website and social media, and hope to see you in the webinars. Good trading.